All right, first and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Wakakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles, the GMS that ruleth well. And peace, blessings, salutations to the Akim, to the hopeful elect, to the few Akwaf, tuning in, and to the Israelites that are scattered across the four corners, waiting for the return of our Lord Yahushua to throw down this wicked infrastructure, the so-called white man, which are the biblical Edomites. Now, this is Shakar Corral from GMS, Virginia. Don't mind the Muslim mindset, not pushing nowhere, and how you say, indeed, any Muslim mindset. This was shared earlier, but I'm gonna get these two videos up here. I just want to get a quick point because unfortunately here in America we've been lied to about everything. Jake has entrusted in oppression. Jake, Salaki, so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. You believe everything the so-called white man says and tell you. And a lot of bad deals have been proposed to our people, and the deal has went bad or sour. Jake has been screwed over since slavery. And we live in this current mindset now. The new generation of these Jakes. And they're completely lawless. Have no regard for anything. Because pretty much what you have you see for Jake has been a whole bunch of lies, liberal, democracy, Republican, legislations and strategic plans that basically ruled out Jake for the society. And it was, designed that way. So I'm going to play these two videos, then come forth with some scriptures, and that'll be the video.
I buy a house. I'm a simple person, a hard-working person. Me and my wife are both working very hard. We buy a home for $150,000, and there's a 19% interest attached to that, which means that over a period of a 30-year mortgage, a 20-year mortgage, I wind up paying for that house if I continue my job, if I'm employed. Over a period of 20 to 30 years, I wind up paying at least $280,000. The worst thing about it, I must pay off the interest before I pay the principal. So it means that for the first 15 years, I'm paying off what? Interest. And suppose I lose my job. I lose my job, my wife loses her job, I get sick, she gets sick. What happens? They come and take the house from me, even though I paid off $150,000, $160,000. They take the house from me, so that $150,000, $60,000 was for nothing. Then what do they do with the house? They resell the house for more than what it was worth and give somebody else another mortgage for the house at maybe $220,000, and it just keeps on going. I buy a house. I'm a simple person.
Yep. I'm going to play this video.
But business is business, and interest is something else. Now, people try to make interest seem like it's business, but it's not business. It's robbing, it's stealing, it's exploitation at the highest, most sophisticated level. And it used to be against the law in all religions. It used to be against the law in Australia. It used to be against the law in Great Britain. It used to be against the law in America until the financial wizards, companies, bankers overpowered the governments, and now all of a sudden it's a big business. But business is business, and
now, wait one moment. So, I'm gonna get this trust not in oppression. Because Jake, hold on. not exactly what I want, but bear with me one moment. Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And clearly, Jake have learned of the ways of Esau. And I have actually have I think a couple scripture that I'm going to bring forth, showing you that I think Ezekiel 22, and when Jake even carried themselves in this fashion, they were taken down. And ultimately, it's a way and a standard that, there's laws, statutes, and commandments that has been given to us to conduct ourselves. But I'm going to read it. But hold on real quick. I think it's in Isaiah. That's the one I wanted. So Isaiah 30 and 30 and 8. I'm set at 30 and 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. And when we come out there on the House in the Bibles and do these lessons, we bring out the book, which is the Holy Bible, the collection of books which was ordained by the Spirit of Yahweh Shah, which the Spirit of Yahweh Shah was on these men to note all things that they saw and what the Lord was supping with them with. So again, what you see is you're seeing, the wickedness of our people, and we're seeing, the wicked, this wicked infrastructure is being exposed. And then you have a people that's calling themselves the holy people, the children of the living power. But here it is, the complete contrary of the scriptures. So it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Because if we're telling our people, this is not it. This is just as Yahweh said, the Lord has promised us a day of rest, because he's going to wipe away our tears. I believe that's the Revelation 21, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to sup with us and wipe away our tears, because this has been hell, complete hell. It's when we wake up in the morning and go throughout the day, Jake is really into this place. Jake really believe in this place. And we're out there telling our people, you would think Jake would have some type of common sense and think that we've been getting fucked over ever since slavery. And since Northern Kingdom was put down, so-called Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans, and then the so-called Southern tribes, so-called West Indians, so-called blacks, and so-called Haitians, you were brought over here, you've been screwed over. We actually formed great civilizations, so-called Black Wall Streets and etc. amongst here in America while Esau was here, but again, we got screwed over. And we're telling our people, we say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So, Jake wants to hear that amongst all the lies and the how you said the depriving and the breaking of the family, and you this facade that you can own a home and you can get rich. That's what you want to hear, but it's not going to happen. That get you out of the way, So if you just be a peaceful Negro just trying to live underneath the radar, it's just going to be a-okay, and it's going to be peace and happy ever after, you and your kid and your woman. But that's not so. So it says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, calls the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because you despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So again, when here it is, you trusting, you're voting, you're all into politics, this wing, that wing, you're all into the community neighborhood meetings and the board, the meetings, and all of that. You're voting for mayor, the next governor. You're really believing that this place can really have a bounce back turnaround. But see, that's going to be unto your demise. The men on the highways and the byways been telling our people for a very long time now. Now, this is Amos 3. I'm going to start at 7 and go down. So again, Amos 3 and 7, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret to his servants, the prophets. And what you're seeing is men on the highways and the byways doing these lessons, and we're telling our people, a lot of, the bad things that Esau have done, and he's trying to wipe underneath the rug, he is coming back to the limelight. And, it's very, how you say it, Esau is very tactical when he brings you a booklet of papers, and, you don't have time. Nobody has time to read over all these documentation, etc. But that's one way how Esau gets you. See, it seems good. It seems as if it's doable, and you get the good job, and you get this, you get a good career, and you go to college, you apply yourself in the society, you get money, you get the bag, whatever, and you'll be able to just live a regular life, be a good guy, be a good person, stay out of trouble, etc. It sounds good, but that's not the purpose. Esau wants the new world order. So it says, the lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh hath spoken, who can but prophesy? Publish it in the palaces at Ashdod, and the palaces in the land of Egypt, and say, assemble yourself upon the mountains of Samaria, and behold the great tumults in the midst thereof, and the oppressed in the midst thereof. And see, these are, when these other nations did their evil and their wickedness, and, the heathen tried to, uplift himself and, do all types of, how you say it, pretty much thought they was people mightier than who they really are, not understanding they're nothing but men. See, the Lord eventually, brought these kingdoms before America to an end. Prior to this infrastructure, this kingdom, other nations invaded each other and took them down. But this one, what you see today, is going to be, it's a great build up into the nukes. And this is see, I'm bringing this out just to let you know, this is things that happened before, which is going to happen again to Babylon the Great. So it says, for they know not to do right, saith the Lord, who stored violence and robbery in their palaces. And that's the thing, America, so see, the so-called white man comes to you with, this, he's white Jesus. He loves everybody. Everybody's equal. All we, the people, newspeak. And it's his treachery, his deceit. But, is nothing but robbery, taxation, and he doesn't care. This devil doesn't care what he does to you. So it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, an adversary there shall be around about the land, and he shall bring down thy strength from thee, and thy palaces shall be spoiled. Thus saith the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs, or a piece of an ear, so shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus in a couch. Hear ye, and testify in the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh the hosts, power hosts. And that's going to be the elect. Every time Israel were, slaughtered and got caught up in the midst of everything, of other wars and etc., the Lord always delivered a remnant. And this is what you're going to see in today's time. So, Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. Their prey departed not. And this is a Babylon the Great in America. Like the what is it? The talks of the works, what is it, the New World Order? It says you will own absolutely nothing and you will be happy, So it says, bear with me. So she's doing, trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. And that's the illusion. They always give you that assumption that, it's deemable. You can buy a house, you can pay it off, you can, buy a $50,000, $60 car, pay it off, and, everything is being jacked up, and, this land is in great, in default, if I'm saying it right. But again, man, it's oppression. It's oppression. Let me get the definition of oppression. Let's see what it means. So it's a prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control, persecution, abuse, maltreatment, ill treatment, tyranny, despotism, the exercise of absolute power, especially in a cruel and oppressive way. Repression, suppression, subjection, subjugation. See that the action of bringing someone or something under domination or control. Enslavement, exploitation, the action of or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. And this is what's been happening to our people, but underneath the whole disguise of Esau just being a hero. He's a savior, he's our hero, he's the one that's going to save the day. So if I'm into his way, he's going to save the day. Cruelty, ruthlessness, harshness, brutality, injustice, hardship, misery, suffering, pain, and anguish. And, this is what you Jakes feel constantly. Every day you wake up here in Babylon, America, Babylon the Great, America, this is what you feel. But, due to, Jake be having those good old coping mechanisms, whatever, Jake, Esau plays and gives you some type of, basically some, amongst your oppression, he gives you something to be happy about. He gives you something to hope upon. He gives you a false, fake dream and illusion. That's why majority of Jake, they don't see that they're slaves. They think that they're free. But really, you're a slave. So, real quick. So I'm gonna end it with this. Ezekiel 22 and 29. When you read this, it goes into how Israel was the priests and the higher ups of of Israel. They had started exercising robbery, oppression, and how you say it, being overlooking the poor and the needy. And they pretty much they wasn't looking out for each other. And one thing why I bring this out too is because the whole time Esau, the so-called white man, he comes with this form of he's the holy child. He's the ishes, and he's for humanity. Everybody supposed to love each other. He comes with comes with the Bible, Christianity, equality and so forth. But the whole time, he tries to say, blacks and all the nations across the world, we're all one. We all come back. We all go back to Africa, etc., etc. But one thing, just as you Israelites, you at one time as a nation, we were doing each other dirty, but the Lord eventually took us down and put us in the hands underneath Esau. Now, it's laws and statutes, 613 of them, but again, the point why I bring this out is because again, we were taken down for this. But here it is, a so-called white man. He has taken our how you say it, our nationality and taken our ways. But he uses this book, and just going back to the book of Eli. What did that Edomite say? He said he has to take the Bible and pretty much control humanity with it. In an injustice in a cruel way. Yes, it's a scripture about usury, which you can put usury upon the heathen. But the thing about it is going to, other nations are going to give tribute to us, and we're not going to oppress and pretty much how you say it, imperialize other nations. One reason why the so-called, what is it? China, Moab is making so many deals, and the other nations are getting fed up with America because of the imperialism that it's doing upon the people. Matter of fact, did I even bring? You should have highlighted. So hold on. There was a point that I wanted to bring forth. I can't remember right now. Oh yeah, imperialism. Imperialism, a policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force. And that's how America reigns, through oppression. This is the so-called white man oppresses the whole world underneath the disguise of him being, this old Christian, great loving person. But the whole time, he's a devil. He's contrary of the Bible. One hand he has the Bible, then in his own, in the other hand, it's his ways, his evil, demonic, wicked ways. In the form of being a hero, he comes in with his policies, to take over, and even if he has to, he'll set up a what's that? Colin Powell. They had that term. In order to take over a nation, you cause the problem, you make a reaction, you get a solution. If I'm not saying it right, if I'm not saying it wrong. But that's pretty much it. Lord's will. You was edified. It's like again a little bit tired, but again, Lord's will. You was edified with that. Say shalom.